AAA up on our showing in the first 4 weight classes, and then we'll go up to single A for the middle 4. Here we go. This is Dowling in the light uniform, and it's already Mike Guthrie up by 2. And McCall from Cedar Rapids came in just a little bit too far out, got himself a little extended, and Guthrie with good hit caught him, flipped him over to his back, but didn't catch him there, but did get the 2-point takedown. Now over at 1A, we have Daryl Hamlin of Janesville wrestling Shane Baum of Belmont for the championship. We'll keep our eye on that. And at 2A, it's Greg Hargrave of Louisa Muscatine Letts against, boy, a super young wrestler, they tell us, Mark Schwab of Osage. In our match, Doug, young McCall from Cedar Rapids already has reversed Guthrie from Des Moines Dowling, so the score is now 2-2. Chuck, I said I was never going to use the word super on the air, and I've used it twice already tonight. That's what kind of tournament it must be, huh? It's really an outstanding tournament. There's been some great matches leading into these finals, and we have some real talent out here tonight. And the score here is 2-2. Well, Guthrie caught him on a roll when he was being driven a little bit too hard. And Gary McCall from Cedar Rapids, Washington, got a little bit high. Guthrie rolled him and reversed him for the reversal. Score is 4-2. Again, once in a while, because there are 3 matches going, it's difficult to see the scoreboard sometimes. There's always somebody who wants to sit down right in front of the score. Switch. Yes, he still got the leg. Now, he did a real good job there of pulling out of the switch and cutting across the double. Look how well his hips come in. Real good job of executing the lift once he got in deep on that. Didn't lose the reversal. Now he's in great position. And if he had a little more mat to use, he'd probably elevate that leg and try to drive him toward his back. You know, if Guthrie from Dowling already has the school record from Des Moines Dowling High School with 122 wins. He's only got 5 losses in his career, so he really has a tremendous background in winning, and he's been in these finals before. There's Gary McCall, who's a junior. He'll be back again. He qualified last year. Lost early. Made it to the finals this year. As I said, they have wrestled earlier with Guthrie from Dowling, the young man on top with a 4-2 lead, winning that match. But McCall is doing a great job here of keeping the pressure on him by continuing to move. 4-2 is the score with 30 seconds to go in the first period. Quite a record, all those wins, when you consider some of the wrestlers that have come out of Dowling in the last 5 or 6 years. That's the truth. He just has tremendous background in winning. He's got 33 wins already this year. So if he wins this match, it's 34. Of course, McCall certainly is going to make every effort to prevent that. And he's doing a great job in this match of keeping the pressure on him. At 112 pounds in the 1A division right now, by the way, Daryl Hamlin of Janesville leads Shane Baum of Belmont 2-0 with about, the second period has just started down there. And in 2A, Mark Schwab from Osage is leading Greg Hargrave from Louisa Muscatine 4-1. And we're at AAA right now, and you see the man putting the pressure at the end of the period there, Mike Guthrie of West Des Moines Dowling. We go to the second period. It's 4-2 in favor of Guthrie.
Red's choice.
McCall gets his choice.
Red up.
You heard Mike Exline say that he will take up.
Let's go.
I don't believe that's Coach Turner. That's the assistant coach.
Stay still now.
But it gave him credit for it. You bet. Cedar Rapids, Washington. Now here's McCall, chance to be on top, and he caught Guthrie on his back. He certainly did. He tried to come out and do a little elevator roll. McCall drove back into him and caught him on his back, and he's got some near fall points out of this. You don't signal near fall points until the man is out of the danger position, so the referee is holding him down by his side yet until he gets out of this, because you can't score near falls. More than one of them with the same position. He hasn't come out of that position. Now, what does Guthrie have to do to get out of here? Well, what Guthrie's got to do first is get his arm free. He's doing a good job right now just maintaining his position. As soon as he starts to get his arm free, he can try to get out. He must get back and build back off of that first. And you can see his other arm trying to work the arm free. Now his arm is free. Now you can see him start to wrestle again. McCall should keep the pressure on him and toward the head. And he did get 3 near fall points out of that, Doug, so he's leading now 5-4.
By the way, Mark Schwab of Osage has upped his lead against Greg Hargrave of Louisa Muscatine Letts to 11-2 down at AA. So we're back to the center with a minute to go in the second period. A good match.
There's Coach Turner right there. That's the right guy from Cedar Rapids, Washington. This is his first year at Washington High School. Now there's an attempted Granby roll by Guthrie, and he's got the leg lock, but he doesn't have the arm. So as long as McCall from Washington can keep the hips in, he can maintain his position.
And he did. And now has Guthrie flat.
Yes, and he has an arm behind the back, and he's lost the base. So young McCall from Cedar Rapids, Washington's in good position right here. As long as he can maintain that, keep the pressure in there, he's in pretty good shot.
Like he got a shot of adrenaline there when he caught Guthrie on his back.
Well, he's wrestling very tough on top, keeping his man off his base. And you can see one of the hard things to do is execute any kind of move for scoring when you've lost your base and you're laying out flat.
We have 15 seconds to go in the second period. This is 112 pounds, AAA.
Young Gary McCall does a real good job of getting arms. Now, you can see what he's got right now. He takes the arms away well and puts them behind your back or gets into what we call bar arms or chicken wings. He does a good job of that. And he's done that so far most of this match with Guthrie, and has maintained his lead.
At the end of the period, it's still a shutout, by the way, in single A. Daryl Hamlin of Janesville leads Shane Baum of Belmont 4-0 in single A at 112.
There's Coach Dara. I'm sure he's got a lot of things he wants to tell his young man. He's telling him, you're down by 1 point.
This is the period that's going to tell the story.
We're going to see if he's going to try to turn him to his back, or if he's going to try to release him and let him go and tie it. He's probably going to try to turn him for a while, and if he can maintain that pressure and get the turn, that would get him back in the lead. And if he can't, we may see him cut him loose. That's what Coach Dara was trying to tell him.
Call that a stalemate with 1:42 to go. And they'll go back to the center again. Well, one nice thing I must say is, as broadcasters of wrestling meets, it's a lot easier when you don't have to keep track of riding time. And in high school, you don't have to keep track of riding time. They don't keep it.
I see, just intentionally released him there.
Now, 6-4.
Oh, they came right back in on. Now, that was good technique on McCall's part. He didn't wait around, came right back. And I don't know if he gave it to you or not. We couldn't see it. He just had a little bit of a whizzer hanging in there. But that's what McCall wants to do, is maintain the offensive pressure.
I would say that Mike was lucky not to get loose the takedown there. It's 6-4 in favor of McCall.
Yes, they didn't have the point up on the screen yet because he just scored the escape. Well, here you'll see what a state champion does. What he's going to try to do, because this is why he's a winner. He's going to try to keep the pressure on him. And young Gary McCall from Cedar Rapids, Washington, is carrying the fight to him. He's going back at him.
We have less than a minute to go.
That's what he wants to do to maintain control in this match, is to keep the pressure on him. Not get in a hurry, just keep the pressure on him. There, he got a little bit of a hurry.
And it's a draw now, 6-6 with 45 seconds to go.
See, that's one of those ones where just a little bit of patience. He had the position, but he kind of drove right through it and lost position, and Guthrie outbalanced him and whipped him off the side. So now it's 6-6.
Hey, you guys are tied up. Get out.
What would you do here? Do you dare cut it? You can't cut him loose at this point. It's 20 seconds to go.
No, he's got to stay in the tight pressure position. He's got to be able to keep his man down there, try to maintain the tie, and go into an overtime, see if he can't win it on overtime. Courage, conditioning.
Now, here's a big moment. Here's a big moment. We've talked about what it means to get off on the whistle. And this is important because it's a state championship with 15 seconds to go.
See, here's Guthrie McCall coming in. He just came up a little too high, and Guthrie threw him over the top.
Well, we missed the whistle there, but actually nothing happened. But there is a reversal by McCall with 5 seconds to go.
He got that, and he got it real good because the arm stayed around the waist, and he used that leverage around the waist to switch his man.
A beautiful switch by Gary McCall of Cedar Rapids, and he got a little revenge with that and a state championship to boot.
He sure did. And he's a very happy young man. He got that reversal with 5 seconds to go.
That was a good, competitive, exciting match. It went right to the last 5 seconds. And Gary McCall came through. Only those are the 112-pound matches. We're going to get the awards now at 105 pounds. And we'll begin with the class. Sorry, I'm now watching the winners awarded at 112 pounds for AAA.
Kelly Davis, Dubuque Hempstead. Fifth place, Keith Chandler Clinton. Fourth place, Matt Anderson, Waverly Shellrock. Third place, Steve Waddell Bettendorf. Runner-up, Mike Guthrie, West Des Moines Dowling. And the 3A 112-pound champion from Cedar Rapids, Washington, Gary McCall.
Nice job, Gary. And we're now going to have a floor report from Dean Board.